Set your cruise control to Enduro and hang on to your aviators, while we chase down some mullet-wearing baddies and outrun the sunset in this week's Goin Retro. Chase HQ, or Chase Headquarters as it was known in Japan, is a 1988 arcade racing game, released by Taito. The game was ported to many different platforms in 1989. These include Nintendo Entertainment System, or NES, in 89, the Game Boy in 1990, the Sega Master System and Game Gear in 91. You play as the character Tony Gibson, alongside your partner Raymond Brody, in an attempt to stop all. The game was simple, was to ram the criminal, stop him before the timer runs out. Each ram to the criminal's car will take off damage. An additional time of 60 seconds will be added. If you were to drive too slow or let the criminal get away, the game is over. Fun fact, the game includes 5 levels, as both the initial time limit to reach the criminal and the time extension to ram the criminal are only just 60 seconds. The game is very short. A player who is able to finish the game on 1 credit will enjoy at most 10 minutes of gameplay. Best $1 I've ever spent. Enduro Racer is another arcade game from Sega, which was released in 1986 and was ported to the Sega Master System in 87. Gameplay from the arcade to the console is pretty much the same. You race against cars, motorcycles, earning a point for each one you pass. Points then could be used to buy new parts or repairs. The key difference between the arcade and the console version of this game. The console version of this game uses the isometric view, which is a slight twist to the arcade version. Based on the technology used within this game, it could be said that this is the off-road version to Yu Suzuki's previous arcade racer, Hang On. This iconic racer came in 2 variants. 1, a stand-up cabinet with handlebars. 2, full-size dirt bike on the cabinet. Fun fact, the game's most definitive feature was the wheelie feature that allowed players to pull back on the handlebars on the cabinet to perform a wheelie. Hang On, or Hanging On, as it was known in Japan, is an arcade game released by Sega in 1985 and ported to the Sega Master System in 87. Gameplay is set behind the motorcycle. The track is divided into stages and needs to be completed within the set time frame. Time is extended if a checkpoint is reached, but will end if the timer runs out. The Hang On title was actually wrong. Originally, it was meant to be called Hang Off, as this was the correct term for a rider when they would be turning and leaning. Suzuki decided to keep the original name. Fun fact, the arcade version when released was met with controversy as it contained cigarette ads in the game that was being marketed to children. Outrun, or Outrun as it was known in Japan, is an arcade game released by Sega in 1986. It was also ported to the Sega Master System in 87 and again for the 3D version in 89. It was designed by Yu Suzuki and developed by Sega AM2. Yu Suzuki has classified Outrun not as a racing game, but as a driving game. The game is simple. Drive as far as you can, reaching the checkpoints, avoiding traffic. At the end of each stage, you choose left or right. Left for the easier option, or right for the harder option. Once the timer runs out or you've completed all stages, the game ends. Outrun featured many game innovations, from the non-linear routes to your choice of soundtracks while driving. Fun fact, some ports came with the bonus cassette tape featuring the original arcade versions of the soundtrack. The idea that the player could listen to the true versions while playing rather than limited to the home renditions. that was this week's version of Goin Retro. My name's Danny from Insert Coin 1p. Feel free to leave your comments below. Thanks for watching.